Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk. We have a special guest with us this time. It's Keaton Barger. Welcome, Keaton.
Thank you.
We met Keaton at a city council meeting, and Keaton, you just happened to walk up and talk about something that was in the end of the meeting about a project you've taken up on your own, and just tell us a little bit about it.
It's Olliefest. I drive past our local skate park every day on the way to work and normally on the way home. And some of the guys I worked with, we skated when we were little, and we talked about picking up another hobby. When I moved here, I don't get to rodeo anymore, so I picked up a skateboard and just fun to ride. I let my boxer, Great Dane, pull me around on it, so it's good exercise for him, good exercise for me. And saw the skate park, saw the condition it was in, and decided to get my hands on it and see what I could do to make it great again, clean it up.
That's cool. So tell me what was the first thing you did? What did you do?
Just assess the situation, just see what all was broke, see how much traffic there was on it. On a good day you may have 12 people out there, on a bad day you may only have a couple. And just figure out who kind of was doing the stuff to it, see what kind of people were coming in and out. And I was surprised to see that it isn't teenagers that skate there most of the time, it's guys that are my age and up. I'm 26 years old, and you've got 21 to, there's a guy that rides rollerblades that he's got to be in his 30s.
Skating goes back a while. You know,
Yeah.
we think of it as a kid's activity, but it's really a young adults activity too. So because it got famous back with, I guess, Tony Hawk and
before that, the surfers. You know, when there wasn't any good waves, they'd pick up their boards and ride those around. And it just developed to where it wasn't just empty pools anymore. It became ramps and half pipes and things like that, and tricks got more creative. And nowadays most of the kids competing are between 17 and 23.
Now, did you grow up in the Jonesboro area?
No, grew up in Quitman, Arkansas. It's up near Heber Springs, Grease Ferry. Population 700. So everybody knows everybody. Me and my grandparents, we all live right there in a line. My grandma and grandpa live on top of the hill. We live at the bottom. My grandpa's brother lives next door, so it's just a little community there.
And did you skateboard there?
We didn't have a skate park. And that's what was so shocking to me was, you know, all that time when I was a kid, you know, when you get older, you want to live your bucket list. You want to do things that you didn't get to when you was a kid, and we never had one. I rode down my grandma and grandpa's driveway, which was probably, I don't know, a few yards long, just go down the hill and go to the bottom and come back up and do it all over again. So
what made this a passion for you?
I've always just kind of had a passion for promoting things. I always had a gift to promote an event. I'm not scared to get in touch with sponsors and get people involved and try to make a big event out of something. And I did that with rodeo ropings. We have, us cowboys, for fun, when it's raining, we rope a dummy. And it's a little plastic dummy you shove, and you practice roping the head and the feet on it. And I put on dummy ropings before and had sponsors donate products and had big crowds and 757 teams at the last one I did. So that was, you know, quite a few people there. And I thought, well, it's not that far on my element. I think I could hang with the skaters and do something for them. So just drive to want to do something and make it better.
So you saw the skate park, you saw it in disrepair, and is it Allen Park, right?
Allen Park, right over there behind the tennis courts. It's kind of off in that back corner, and I never knew we had one. I've lived here 4 years and never thought we had a skate park until I went there and saw it. And the biggest thing is it's covered with graffiti. Some of it's good, some of it's awful.
Yeah.
Some say vulgar things, some don't. There's some pretty, some type of goldfish that somebody's put on there that it's pretty graffiti. But other than that, it's all trash, and there's cracks underneath it. And the only way to find out and assess how bad it is to get the paint off so we can see the cracks that are there.
I see.
There's a bunch of rust patches that, you know, that maybe the concrete didn't cure like it needed to, and the rougher part of the concrete went to the surface. And there's cracks that are big enough that you can stick your hand in.
Is that right? Who did you enlist to try to help you?
Nobody yet.
So
I just kind of wanted to dip my toe off in the water and see how much help we would be able to get before I enlisted 10 or 20 people and then not have any backing.
And you spoke to the council, talked to them, and I think the mayor and the council members are thrilled to see a resident that wants to get involved in taking steps and be a leader in this. And you, I think you met about with them already, or
Yeah.
is that meeting coming?
The mayor with the meeting with the mayor and the attorneys, the 3rd. It's coming up. We're gonna have a meeting with them, and then hope to speak to the city council again to let them kind of check in, just see how far we're at, and tell them what all we've got going, what things have changed. Kind of now that I've talked to the skaters, I've asked them what would y'all like to see if we were able to expand and get some money, and they've kind of put their input in on some things, such as the rails are too tall. They'd like to see them a foot lower so that a person that isn't that great of a skater can still be able to grind or slide a rail or whatever, and just improve the concrete. And
Well, you've got in touch. You are a part of the skater community now that's out there.
I wouldn't say that. They still look at me kind of like a odd duck on the pond. They can tell that I'm not a typical skater. I just kind of go down and back and enjoy riding it. They're the ones doing the tricks, and I like to watch them.
Well, and now you've decided to create this event called the Olliefest,
Mm-hmm.
and Ollie is a skater move.
Ollie is a skater move. It's one of the basic tricks when you first get on the board. It's the first one you have to be able to do to pretty much get up on a ramp or jump over something. You just pop the back of your board down, slide your other foot, and then it levels the board out, so it just kind of makes this motion.
I see. So it
And
hops.
It hops.
Gotcha.
And when I talked to Mr. Danny with Parks and Recreations, he said that they had an Olliefest when they first opened it. I was like, well, you only had one? You built this park and you only had one?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, we had the one and there was a good showing. I said, well, I'll just keep the name. No need to change it. So I hope this is the first one of many. I hope that there's it's going to be free for people to skate. They're going to have 15 and under and 16 and over. We're going to have these metal cutouts that say first place, Olliefest 2017, and the one that says junior. For the smaller kids, 1st through 3rd will get those so they can hang on their wall if they win one. And hopefully a bunch of prizes. I've contacted 93 skateboard companies, just kind of telling them what we're doing and that it's all the money that we can get from people maybe that want to donate. It's going to go back to clean up the park. And what we're trying to do is just show that there is an interest in Jonesboro for skating, that there is a big community of skaters, and that if you find a bunch of free stuff to kind of give away, you're going to draw a crowd, and you're going to get a lot of people there having a good day skating.
Yeah, and you're gonna increase the number of people who want to skate.
Yeah.
Over there. So how big is the area that's there right now?
It's 7,000 square foot, I believe.
That's pretty big.
It's a pretty big. Now we have a big bowl, so it takes up a lot of the area.
Okay.
So the other part of it, you've only got one thing you can do. You can go down, and then you have to take turns if there's more than 3 skaters there, and then come back the other way. So there isn't a lot of versatility that you can do. It's just pretty much a down and back, or you're in the bowl.
Is that the bowl? Is that what
swimming
serves
pool
as a half pipe?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
When I talked to them, their interest really wasn't that they wanted a half pipe. It was just more they wanted a good flow where a person could start on one end and go all the way around the park. So they want more of a street element that goes out and comes around to give it more room so you're not bumping into one another.
I see. Yeah, bumping into one another.
Yeah, it hurts. I got hit the other day, and of course I look, like I said, a duck out of water, and I'm just trying to go across there, and there's a guy trying to do a trick, and I kind of had to make a move to get out of his way, and I had to dive and hit the ground. So
You had to do. But now you gear up. You play. Surely you have knee and elbow pads.
I do, because my
pads?
wife's only restriction was if you're getting a skateboard, you're gonna have a helmet, elbow pads, and knee pads. I look like the kid off A Christmas Story out there with my arms up.
That's good. That's good. Well, you need all those. Everybody needs padding before you get on a skateboard. I have a sister who got on a skateboard at an adult age, and 10 seconds later we're in the hospital.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm calling you out, sis. That's the way it is.
I want all the kids at 15 and under to at least have a helmet on. That's going to be a restriction at the contest. It's 15 under, you have to have a helmet.
That's good.
And knee pads and elbow pads, if they have them, great. If they don't, I'll have a helmet they can borrow if they need one. If a kid pulls up and wants to skate and he ain't got one, he can use mine.
That's good. Do you have a group yet? Do you have a club? Have you organized anything?
Facebook, we have Olliefest, and then we have an event created on Facebook, Olliefest, and it has the date July 29th, and it shows 8:30 a.m. I wanted to do it before the kids got back in school, give them one last hoorah before they're back to the books and taking tests, and It should be good. We're going to try to get it in before it gets too hot.
That's good. That's fabulous. And now, if you get this done, you're going to try to. The city's going to try to help in every way that's possible. But do you need? I guess you probably look for people to try to contribute.
Yeah, we're hoping that with the draw of interest and them seeing everybody there and the group that we're going to have, hopefully, that we can get some people to back us now that we've gone to the 100% free of anybody to skate. We were going to try to charge, but then you have to go through the 501c to get a nonprofit. And the more I thought about it, my wife brought up a good point. Well, what about that kid that ain't got $20 to skate?
Yeah.
So we're just going to do it free, and we're going to kind of ask the community if you can help, to help, so that we can make it to where anybody will be able to go over and skate.
Very nice, very nice. Well, Keaton, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, sir.
It's an inspiration always to meet good people in our city who are doing good things. It's volunteerism, and that's what our mayor's so proud of. That's what makes our community special. And Keaton, thank you for being with us on Let's Talk.
Thank y'all.